CDL Air Brakes Mega Quiz. 115 questions. Question 1. Which of these is the most important thing to remember about emergency braking? If the wheels are skidding, you cannot control the vehicle. Never do it without downshifting first. Disconnecting the steering axle brakes will help keep your vehicle in a straight line during emergency braking.
The correct answer is: if the wheels are skidding, you cannot control the vehicle.
Question 2. In air brake vehicles, the parking brake should be used as little as possible to hold your speed when going downhill, anytime the vehicle is parked.
The correct answer is: anytime the vehicle is parked.
Question 3. What do air brakes use to make the brakes work? Compressed gas, compressed oil, compressed air.
The correct answer is compressed air.
Question 4. If your vehicle has an alcohol evaporator, every day during cold weather, you should check and fill the alcohol level. Check the oil for alcohol content. Change the alcohol from a new bottle.
The correct answer is check and fill the alcohol level.
Question 5. When a low air pressure warning comes on, the most important thing to do is upshift, downshift, stop and safely park as soon as possible.
The correct answer is stop and safely park as soon as possible.
Question 6. The stoplight switch tells you when you need to use your emergency brakes. Turns on the brake lights to warn drivers behind you. Tells you when the air brake system's air pressure is low.
The correct answer is turns on the brake lights to warn drivers behind you.
Question 7. Which of the following factors can cause brakes to fail or fade? Not relying enough on engine braking. Brakes being out of adjustment. Excessive use of the service brakes. All of the above.
The correct answer is all of the above.
Question 8. If oil and water collects in the air tanks, what could happen to the brakes? The brakes could heat up. The brakes could lock up. The brakes could fail.
The correct answer is the brakes could fail.
Question 9. With air brake equipped vehicles, the parking brakes should be used whenever you leave the vehicle unattended. Only during pre-trip and post-trip inspections. As little as possible.
The correct answer is whenever you leave the vehicle unattended.
Question 10. The brake pedal in an air brake system controls the speed of the air compressor. Is connected to slack adjusters by a series of rods and linkages. Controls the air pressure applied to the brakes.
The correct answer is controls the air pressure applied to the brakes.
Question 11. If the spring brakes are on, when should you push the brake pedal? Never. Only when driving downhill. Only on a slippery road.
The correct answer is never.
Question 12. Emergency controlled braking is when you apply the brakes as hard as you can without locking the wheels. Brake as hard as you can, release the brakes when the wheels lock, and apply the brakes again when the wheels start to roll. Apply the hand valve for 1 second and then push hard on the brake pedal.
The correct answer is apply the brakes as hard as you can without locking the wheels.
Question 13. The purpose of a supply pressure gauge is to tell you how hot the air in the tank is, to warn you only if there is too little air in the tank, to tell you how much air is in the tank. All of the above.
The correct answer is to tell you how much air is in the tank.
Question 14. How can you test the low pressure warning signal? Shut off the engine with enough air pressure, turn on the electrical power, and step on and off the brake pedal until the low air pressure warning signal comes on. Shut off the engine and see if the air pressure leaks down. While the engine is running, step on and off the brake pedal.
The correct answer is shut off the engine with enough air pressure, turn on the electrical power, and step on and off the brake pedal until the low air pressure warning signal comes on.
Question 15. At what measurement is the safety valve usually set to open? 200 pounds per square inch. 250 pounds per square inch. 150 pounds per square inch. 100 pounds per square inch.
The correct answer is 150 pounds per square inch.
Question 16. When is it okay to leave your truck unattended without applying parking brakes or chocking the wheels? Never. If you are conducting your pre-trip inspection. If you will only be away from the truck for a few minutes.
The correct answer is never.
Question 17. Some air brake systems have an alcohol evaporator. What may happen if you don't keep the unit filled with alcohol? Ice may form in the air storage tanks and cause the brakes to fail. Ice may form on the brake pads and warp them. The S-cam may not rotate back when you release the brake pedal.
The correct answer is ice may form in the air storage tanks and cause the brakes to fail.
Question 18. Which of the following is true about a dual air brake system? One system usually operates the front axle and one operates the rear axle. One is called the primary system and one is called the secondary system. It uses a single set of brake controls. All of the above.
The correct answer is all of the above.
Question 19. It is accepted that too much heat caused by using your brakes too often can also cause brake fade or failure, the modulated control valve to wear out, the brake linings to split.
The correct answer is brake fade or failure.
Question 20. Modern air brake systems are three different systems combined: the service brakes, parking brakes, and brakes. Foot. S-cam. Emergency.
The correct answer is emergency.
Question 21. Repeatedly pressing and releasing, fanning, the brake pedal may result in a buildup of brake air pressure, no change in brake air pressure, a loss of brake air pressure.
The correct answer is a loss of brake air pressure.
Question 22. Which of these is not a proper time to apply the parking brakes? When your brakes are very hot. When you park for less than 1 hour. When you are testing whether they will hold the vehicle.
The correct answer is when your brakes are very hot.
Question 23. The parking or emergency brake on a heavy vehicle can only be held in position by something that cannot leak away, like hydraulic pressure, air pressure, spring pressure.
The correct answer is spring pressure.
Question 24. The driver must be able to see a warning before the pressure in the service air tanks falls below psi 60, 80, 50.
The correct answer is 60.
Question 25. What is the purpose of an alcohol evaporator? To keep you from needing to drain the air tanks as often. To have a drink available if you get thirsty. To reduce the risk of ice in the brake valves and other parts in cold weather.
The correct answer is to reduce the risk of ice in the brake valves and other parts in cold weather.
Question 26. Which of the following is not part of the drum brake? Axle, safety valve, brake drum, slack adjuster.
The correct answer is safety valve.
Question 27. What is a dual air brake system? A two-brake system, one brake for each side of the vehicle. A two-brake system, one brake operates the front brakes, and one operates the back brakes. A two-brake system, one brake for daytime driving and one for nighttime driving.
The correct answer is a two-brake system. One brake operates the front brakes, and one operates the back brakes.
Question 28. The air compressor stops pumping air at psi 125, 150, 100.
The correct answer is 125.
Question 29. The air compressor governor controls the air pressure applied to the brakes, the speed of the air compressor, when air is pumped into the air storage tanks.
The correct answer is when air is pumped into the air storage tanks.
Question 30. The brake system that applies and releases the brakes when the driver presses the brake pedal is the brake system. Service, emergency, parking.
The correct answer is Service.
Question 31. The application pressure gauge shows how much pressure you have in the tanks. In a modulating control valve. When you are applying the brakes.
The correct answer is when you are applying the brakes.
Question 32. Which of the following does ABS do? Shortens your stopping distance. Increases your normal braking capability. Activates when the wheels are about to lock up. Decreases your normal braking capability.
The correct answer is activates when the wheels are about to lock up.
Question 33. The maximum leakage rates per minute after the initial drop are 3 psi for single vehicles and 4 psi for combination vehicles. 1 psi for single vehicles and 3 psi for combination vehicles. 5 psi for single vehicles and 6 psi for combination vehicles. 5 psi for single vehicles and 10 psi for combination vehicles.
The correct answer is 3 psi for single vehicles and 4 psi for combination vehicles.
Question 34. The use of air brakes on a downgrade is only a supplement to the use of the spring brakes. Braking effect of the engine. Use of the front brake limiting valve.
The correct answer is braking effect of the engine.
Question 35. Air brake equipped vehicles have a backup hydraulic system, an air use gauge, an air supply pressure gauge.
The correct answer is an air supply pressure gauge.
Question 36. If your truck or bus has dual parking control valves, you can use pressure from a separate tank to release the spring emergency parking brakes to move a short distance. Balance the service brake system when you are parked. Stay parked twice as long without using up service air pressure.
The correct answer is release the spring emergency parking brakes to move a short distance.
Question 37. In ideal conditions, a truck or bus equipped with an air brake and traveling at 55 miles per hour would require what stopping distance? Less than 100 feet. From 100 to 250 feet. More than 450 feet.
The correct answer is more than 450 feet.
Question 38. If the air compressor should develop a leak, what keeps the air in the tanks? The emergency relay valve. The tractor protection valve. The one-way check valve.
The correct answer is the one-way check valve.
Question 39. The braking power of the spring brakes is not affected by the condition of the service brakes. Increases when the service brakes are hot. Depends on the service brakes being in adjustment.
The correct answer is depends on the service brakes being in adjustment.
Question 40. The S-cam forces the brake shoes against the inside of the brake drum. pulls the brake shoes away from the drum and allows the wheels to roll freely. Controls the flow of air to each of the brake chambers.
The correct answer is forces the brake shoes against the inside of the brake drum.
Question 41. Air tanks must be drained. To drain all the air out of the tanks. To tell you how much air is in the tanks. To drain moisture and oil out of the tanks.
The correct answer is to drain moisture and oil out of the tanks.
Question 42. During normal driving, spring brakes are usually held back by springs, bolts and braces, air pressure.
The correct answer is air pressure.
Question 43. Excessive use of the service brakes results in overheating, which can lead to increased contact between the brake drums and the brake linings, expansion of the brake drums, improper adjustment of S-cam.
The correct answer is expansion of the brake drums.
Question 44. To check the slack adjusters on S-cam brakes, you should park on level ground and drain off air pressure before adjusting. Stop on level ground and apply the parking brakes. Park on level ground, chock the wheels, and release the parking brakes.
The correct answer is park on level ground, chock the wheels, and release the parking brakes.
Question 45. If you must make an emergency stop, brake so that you use the full power of the brakes to lock them. Can steer and your vehicle will stay in a straight line. Use the handbrake before the brake pedal.
The correct answer is can steer and your vehicle will stay in a straight line.
Question 46. The air loss rate for a straight truck or bus with the engine off and the brakes on should not be more than 2 pounds per square inch in 45 seconds. 1 pound per square inch in 1 minute. 3 pounds per square inch in 1 minute.
The correct answer is 3 pounds per square inch in 1 minute.
Question 47. Why must you study air brakes? All trucks have air brakes. Otherwise, you cannot receive a CDL at all. Otherwise, you will have to get a CDL with restrictions. Otherwise, you can only receive a CDL permit.
The correct answer is otherwise, you will have to get a CDL with restrictions.
Question 48. What is the first thing you should do when a low air pressure warning comes on? Stop and safely park as soon as possible. Downshift. Upshift.
The correct answer is stop and safely park as soon as possible.
Question 49. When should you use the parking brake? Only if you are away from your vehicle for an extended amount of time. Every time you leave your vehicle, with rare exceptions. Only in urban areas, where there are many other vehicles. Every time you leave your vehicle for any amount of time.
The correct answer is every time you leave your vehicle, with rare exceptions.
Question 50. The parking brake applies and releases. The parking brakes when you use the parking brake control. The brake pedal during normal driving. In the event of an emergency.
The correct answer is the parking brakes when you use the parking brake control.
Question 51. Air braking takes more time than hydraulic braking because air brakes use different brake drums. Takes more time to flow through the lines than hydraulic fluid. Brakes require heavier return springs.
The correct answer is takes more time to flow through the lines than hydraulic fluid.
Question 52. When you pull hard on a slack adjuster, if its free play is more than, the slack adjuster will need to be adjusted. 1/4 inch. 1/2 inch. 1 inch.
The correct answer is 1 inch.
Question 53. Which of the following is not part of the braking process when driving a tractor-trailer combination vehicle with ABS? You should use only the braking necessary to stay safely in control. When you slow down, you should monitor your tractor and trailer and ease off the brakes to keep control. Brake the same regardless of what you're driving, whether you have a trailer or ABS, or neither. You should drive more quickly so that you will be able to keep the trailer and tractor straight.
The correct answer is you should drive more quickly so that you will be able to keep the trailer and tractor straight.
Question 54. What is the best way to test your vehicle's low air pressure warning signal? Step on and off the brake pedal with the engine off to reduce air pressure below 60 pounds per square inch. Manually let the air out of your brakes and see if the signal comes on. Pump the brakes while your vehicle is fully on. Pump the brakes until the air pressure drops below 30 pounds per square inch.
The correct answer is step on and off the brake pedal with the engine off to reduce air pressure below 60 pounds per square inch.
Question 55. How can you check the slack adjusters? Park on an incline and see if the vehicle rolls. Park on level ground, turn off the parking brakes, and press the brake pedal. Park on level ground, turn off the parking brakes, and pull hard on each slack adjuster. It shouldn't move more than 1 inch.
The correct answer is park on level ground, turn off the parking brakes, and pull hard on each slack adjuster. It shouldn't move more than 1 inch.
Question 56. When you apply the brakes, the brake shoes linings are pressed against the S-cam, brake drum, slack adjuster.
The correct answer is brake drum.
Question 57. Spring brakes are not going to have full effect until your side drops to a certain range, often 20 to 30 pounds per square inch. Brakes that come on automatically on a truck or tractor when the side drops too low. Made up of powerful springs that are held in back by air pressure while you are driving. All of the above.
The correct answer is all of the above.
Question 58. If your bus or truck has dual parking control valves, you can use pressure from a separate tank to balance the service brake system when you are parked. Stay parked twice as long without using up service air pressure. Release the spring emergency parking brakes to move a short distance.
The correct answer is release the spring emergency parking brakes to move a short distance.
Question 59. You are on a steep downgrade and have reached your safe speed of 40 miles per hour. You would apply the service brakes until your speed drops to mile per hour. 30, 35, 25.
The correct answer is 35.
Question 60. When you are going down a long or steep grade after selecting the proper gear, the proper method of braking is to brake until your speed is about miles per hour below your safe speed and then release your brakes. 5, 10, 15.
The correct answer is 5.
Question 61. Which of the following is not part of the air brake system? Emergency brake system, service brake system, parking brake system, radio signal system.
The correct answer is radio signal system.
Question 62. What is a slack adjuster? It is an adjusting nut on the back side of the brake drum, used for adjusting the brakes. It is the space between the rear wheels. It is an adjusting nut under the cab to adjust the springs.
The correct answer is it is an adjusting nut on the back side of the brake drum, used for adjusting the brakes.
Question 63. Converter dollies built on or after March 1, 1998 are required to have anti-lock brakes. These dollies will have a yellow malfunction lamp on the left side of the dolly, a yellow malfunction lamp on the right side of the dolly, a yellow malfunction lamp in the center of the dolly.
The correct answer is a yellow malfunction lamp on the left side of the dolly.
Question 64. Your truck has a dual air system, and one of the systems loses its pressure. What will happen? Either the front or rear brake will not be fully operational. The manual slack adjusters of the S-cam brakes will not be set properly. The brake drums will not be fully pressurized.
The correct answer is either the front or rear brake will not be fully operational.
Question 65. To make an emergency stop with air brakes, using the stab braking method, you should pump the brake pedal rapidly and lightly. Press on the brake pedal as hard as you can, release the brakes when the wheels lock, and apply the brakes again when the wheels start to roll. Brake hard until the wheels lock and then get off the brakes for as long as the wheels were locked.
The correct answer is press on the brake pedal as hard as you can, release the brakes when the wheels lock, and apply the brakes again when the wheels start to roll.
Question 66. To test the air service brakes, Stop the vehicle, put it in low gear, depress the service brake, and then gently pull against the brakes. Brake firmly while slowly moving forward. Brake firmly while slowly moving backward.
The correct answer is brake firmly while slowly moving forward.
Question 67. The safety valve is set to automatically reduce pressure at psi 50, 100, 150.
The correct answer is 150.
Question 68. How do brakes work on a long, steep downgrade? Not applicable. There is no braking effect involved in a downgrade. As the main braking mechanism, with the engine braking effect as an emergency backup. As the main braking mechanism. As a supplement to the braking effect of your engine.
The correct answer is as a supplement to the braking effect of your engine.
Question 69. Which of the following is a reason that air tanks must be drained? You will drive too quickly if they are not. Your left side brake will cease to operate. Your brakes may fail due to the water freezing. Your transmission fluid may drain out.
The correct answer is your brakes may fail due to the water freezing.
Question 70. How can you tell if your vehicle is equipped with an anti-lock braking system? Still an optional system. If the vehicle is manufactured after 2000. If the vehicle is manufactured after 2010. If the vehicle is manufactured after 1998.
The correct answer is if the vehicle is manufactured after 1998.
Question 71. Which vehicles must have low air pressure warning signals? Those built after 2005 must have low air pressure warning signals. Warning signals are optional. Those built after 2010 must have low air pressure warning signals. All vehicles with air brakes currently in operation must have low air pressure warning signals.
The correct answer is all vehicles with air brakes currently in operation must have low air pressure warning signals.
Question 72. You know that your brakes are fading when pressure on the brake pedal is released and speed increases. The brake feels spongy when pressure is applied. You have to press the brake pedal harder to control speed on a downgrade.
The correct answer is you have to press the brake pedal harder to control speed on a downgrade.
Question 73. It is not safe to drive a vehicle that has brake drums with cracks that are longer than of the width of the friction area. 1/4, half, 5/16.
The correct answer is half.
Question 74. An air brake system is fully charged at psi 75, 150, 125.
The correct answer is 125.
Question 75. Tractor and straight truck spring brakes will come fully on when the air pressure drops to a range of psi 10 to 15, 60 to 80, 20 to 45.
The correct answer is 20 to 45.
Question 76. The driver must be able to see a low pressure warning, which comes on before pressure in the service air tank falls below psi 100, 80, 60.
The correct answer is 60.
Question 77. How do you test the hydraulic brakes for leaks? Pump the brake pedal 3 times, then apply firm pressure to the pedal and hold for 5 seconds. The pedal should not move. Drive 20 miles per hour and slam on the brakes. Drive slowly and pump the brake pedal. Make sure it doesn't hit the floor.
The correct answer is pump the brake pedal 3 times, then apply firm pressure to the pedal and hold for 5 seconds. The pedal should not move.
Question 78. Your bus or truck has a dual air brake system. If a low air pressure warning comes on for only one system, what should you do? Stop and park safely. Continue only after the system has been fixed. Reduce your speed and test the remaining system while driving. Reduce your speed and drive to the nearest garage for repairs.
The correct answer is stop and park safely. Continue only after the system has been fixed.
Question 79. What is the danger of non-functioning low-pressure warning signal? You could lose air pressure, but you would know about it anyway. This could cause sudden emergency braking in a single-circuit air system. Neither of the above.
The correct answer is this could cause sudden emergency braking in a single-circuit air system.
Question 80. You should brake in a way that will keep your vehicle in a straight line and allow you to turn if it becomes necessary. You can use the controlled braking method, stab braking method, either of the above methods.
The correct answer is either of the above methods.
Question 81. The brake chamber fills with air, pushing the rod out, which twists the brake camshaft, tie rod, slack adjuster, brake camshaft, slack adjuster, tie rod.
The correct answer is slack adjuster, brake camshaft.
Question 82. Oil and water usually collect in compressed air tanks. If you do not have an automatic tank drain, when should you drain the air tanks? Once a week. After every 4 hours of service. After every working day.
The correct answer is after every working day.
Question 83. If your truck has a properly functioning dual air brake system and minimum size air tanks, the air pressure should build from 85 to 100 pounds per square inch within seconds. 60, 20, 45.
The correct answer is 45.
Question 84. Water should be drained from the compressed air tanks to keep from fouling the air compressor oil. Because water can freeze in cold weather and cause brake failure. Because the low boiling point of water reduces braking power.
The correct answer is because water can freeze in cold weather and cause brake failure.
Question 85. What factors can cause brakes to fade or fail? Overheating, low air pressure, and not relying on the engine braking effect. Not pressing the brake pedal hard enough. Not taking your foot off the accelerator.
The correct answer is overheating, low air pressure, and not relying on the engine braking effect.
Question 86. The modulating control valve allows you to control the amount of pressure in the brake system. Front brakes. Spring brakes.
The correct answer is spring brakes.
Question 87. Which conditions are front wheel brakes good under? All weather conditions. Only wet or icy conditions. Only good weather. Not ideal under any conditions.
The correct answer is all weather conditions.
Question 88. To correct a drive wheel braking skid, you should increase braking, turn quickly, and countersteer. Stop braking, turn quickly, and countersteer. Increase braking.
The correct answer is stop braking, turn quickly, and countersteer.
Question 89. The air brake lag distance at 55 miles per hour on dry pavement adds about feet. 65. 45. 32.
The correct answer is 32.
Question 90. The tractor protection valve is closed by the parking brakes. Provides the air supply for the brake system. Will close itself automatically if the air supply drops to a certain level. Is all of the above.
The correct answer is all of the above.
Question 91. Which of the following should you do before leaving your vehicle unattended? Chock the wheels. Remove the keys. Put on the parking brakes. Do all of these.
The correct answer is do all of these.
Question 92. What are spring brakes? They are the camlaster brakes. If the air brakes leak down, springs apply the brakes to stop the vehicle. They are the springs on the brake pedal.
The correct answer is if the air brakes leak down, springs apply the brakes to stop the vehicle.
Question 93. The air supply pressure gauge shows how much pressure is in the air tanks you have used in this strip. Is going to the brake chambers.
The correct answer is is in the air tanks.
Question 94. Before starting down a hill, you should be in the proper gear, so you can go through the gears on the way down, so you can coast downhill, so you only have to apply the brake just hard enough to feel a definite slowdown.
The correct answer is, so you only have to apply the brake just hard enough to feel a definite slowdown.
Question 95. How would you check your truck's slack adjusters? Use gloves and pull hard on each slack adjuster you can reach. Accelerate, then brake hard. Press the brake pedal while listening for any strange noises. All of the above.
The correct answer is, use gloves and pull hard on each slack adjuster you can reach.
Question 96. If air pressure is not built up fast enough, the air pressure may drop too low during driving. The alcohol container may be low. You should be ready to use your parking brakes to stop.
The correct answer is, the air pressure may drop too low during driving.
Question 97. The parking or emergency brakes of trucks or buses can legally be held on by pressure, fluid, spring, air.
The correct answer is, spring.
Question 98. To test the static air leakage rate, you should leave the engine running and release the parking brake. Charge the air system and leave the engine running. Turn off the engine, release all brakes, and let the system settle.
The correct answer is, turn off the engine, release all brakes, and let the system settle.
Question 99. The total stopping distance for air brakes is longer than that for hydraulic brakes because of brake lag, effective braking, reaction distance.
The correct answer is, brake lag.
Question 100. Before you drive a truck or bus with a dual air brake system, the pressure in each air brake system should be at least psi 80, 120, 100.
The correct answer is, 100.
Question 101. When should you drain your air tanks? At the end of each working day. At the end of the month. At the end of the fiscal quarter. At the end of a trip.
The correct answer is, at the end of each working day.
Question 102. For air brake systems in good condition, the air compressor should start pumping at about psi 100, 125, 150.
The correct answer is, 100.
Question 103. Slack adjusters are between the power screw and push rod on disc brakes, between the push rod and S-cam on drum brakes, part of your air brake system used to adjust the brakes. All of the above.
The correct answer is, All of the above.
Question 104. The emergency brake system uses parts of the service brake and parking brake systems to stop the vehicle in the event of a brake system failure. Uses the parking brake to stop the vehicle in the event of a brake system failure. Uses the service brake to stop the vehicle in the event of a brake system failure.
The correct answer is uses parts of the service brake and parking brake systems to stop the vehicle in the event of a brake system failure.
Question 105. The S-cam forces the brake shoes away from one another and presses them against the inside of the brake drum. It is called the S-cam because it is shaped like the letter N. It is shaped like the letter C. It is shaped like the letter S.
The correct answer is it is shaped like the letter S.
Question 106. The most common type of foundation brake found on heavy vehicles is the S-cam drum, disc drum, wedge drum.
The correct answer is S-cam drum.
Question 107. When you apply the brakes by pushing down on the brake pedal, air pressure is applied to the brake pads. Air pressure is reduced to the brake pads. Compressed air is let out of the system.
The correct answer is air pressure is applied to the brake pads.
Question 108. To engage the parking brakes under normal conditions, the driver must first turn off the engine. Let the air out of the spring brakes. Be sure the air brake system is fully pressurized.
The correct answer is let the air out of the spring brakes.
Question 109. Controlled braking is used to keep a vehicle in a straight line when braking. Involves locking the wheels for short periods of time. Can be used while you are turning sharply.
The correct answer is used to keep a vehicle in a straight line when braking.
Question 110. The service brake applies and releases in the event of an emergency. The brake when you use the brake pedal during normal driving. The parking brake when you use the parking brake control.
The correct answer is the brake when you use the brake pedal during normal driving.
Question 111. How should you check that the spring brakes come on when the air pressure in the system drops below a certain level? Park on level ground, wait for normal air pressure, release the parking brake, move the truck forward slowly, and apply the brakes firmly using the brake pedal. Park on level ground, chock the wheels, release the parking brake when you have enough air pressure, shut the engine off, and repeatedly press and release the brake pedal. Park on a slight incline, drain off air pressure, set the parking brakes, and check for movement.
The correct answer is park on level ground, chock the wheels, release the parking brake when you have enough air pressure, shut the engine off, and repeatedly press and release the brake pedal.
Question 112. Which of the following is true about your brake function if your ABS fails? It will slow your truck to a halt and force you to pull over. You will have no brake function and the truck will be out of control. You will still have normal brake function, but you will need to get the ABS repaired soon. It may cause problems with other mechanical systems, and there could be a huge fire risk.
The correct answer is: you will still have normal brake function, but you will need to get the ABS repaired soon.
Question 113. It is not safe to drive a vehicle that has brake drums, or discs, with cracks or that are thinner than the manufacturer's specifications. Typically, this will be 1/4 inch, 1/3 inch, 1/2 inch.
The correct answer is 1/2 inch.
Question 114. What is the best way to test if your vehicle's spring brakes come on automatically? On single vehicles, continue to step on and off the brake pedal until the parking brake valve pops out. On tractor-trailer vehicles, continue to step on and off the brake pedal until the parking brake valve pops out. Continue to step on and off the brake pedal until the manufacturer's low-size specification has been met for spring brakes to deploy. All of the above.
The correct answer is all of the above.
Question 115. To test the air leakage rate, you should charge the air system and leave the engine running. Turn off the engine and release the parking brake. Leave the engine running and release the parking brake.
The correct answer is turn off the engine and release the parking brake. Thanks guys for watching and for finding this video useful. I wish you success in passing the exam on your first try.